Metaverse madness, digital land and property, metaverse badness, robbery, Bitcoin and NFT, software for the virus. They want to malfunction my machine, been on their blacklist way back since 2003. They want to wipe my memory, hard drive to the blender, brainwash my sanity, so I can't remember. Gospel Avenger, only the truth I render. Reptilian agenda, cancel that, return to center. Walk through the valley and I fear no evil.
Hey, shalom. Hey, first and foremost, I want to give all the honors, the praises, the glory belongs to my Lord and Savior. His name is Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahabashai, Bahasham, Wahavaka Kodash. Honors to the apostles that are in the Holy Spirit, and to the hopeful elect across the globe, and to the few, a very few brothers and sisters that are listening and also learning in the hopes of being saved within these last days, because we're living in the last days of the last days. Now, this isn't a new revelation, but guess what it is, right? Listen, simplify things. Everything is spiritual. There's a spiritual element to what you would call technology. I'm telling you, you can't move that much people around. You can't predict what someone's doing, their movements, when they wake up, when they go to sleep, when they go out, without there being some type of form of artificial intelligence. I'm telling you, bro, that's what it is, right? It's artificial intelligence. The people that are stepping out of cars, stepping out of houses, saying certain things that are abnormal, being very dysfunctional, that's the AI. We're going to go to it, right? Yep, there was another attack again last month, but we're not going to complain about these spiritual attacks. What we're going to do, go into the scriptures, and that's how we're going to fight it. We're going to go to Psalms 64. I'm going to jump straight to, let's go to verse 5. It says, they encourage themselves in the evil matter. They commune of laying snares. Now, it doesn't tell us who that particularly is. These are people behind closed doors, behind a laptop, behind a supercomputer, behind a quantum computer. Now, a quantum computer it acts as a controller to this physical world, but we do know there's a spiritual world as well. So when a lot of you talk about satellites, 5G, all of these things are connected. Every single one of these things are connected, because we're living in a time, it's a digital age, right? So therefore, if you're living in a digital age, therefore a lot of things are going to be digitalized, even your movements. Let's go. And it says they commune of laying snares privily. So there's a group of people that get together and they commune of laying snares. What's a snare? A jinn. What's a jinn? A trap. Privily, they say, who shall see them? So this is being done. This algorithm is done by, yes, big companies that collect the data. Now, if you're on TikTok, if you're on Google or YouTube, are you telling me that's not collecting your data? These people are these companies are connected to data centers, algorithms. They collect that, and what they do with this data, they process it and they have it in cabinets, electric cabinets, because we don't need file cabinets like back in the 90s anymore. Everything is being digitalized. So your movements, we're going to go to it. Your movements are being tracked digitally, even if your phone's off. Why? Because they have kept what? An algorithm, right? What's an algorithm? A data, a processing of where you've been. So if you've been to the store twice within that day, the same store, it gives you an algorithm of you going to that store twice a day. If you go to a park 3 times during a week, it's got that algorithm. It knows you're there, right? That's why your unpredictability is good, because you throw it off from time to time. When you don't go to the same place, you throw it off. That's how these people are doing what they're doing. It's technology. Have you ever heard of mind control? Yeah, they're under mind control, right? And I might show you, listen, might show you later on about 8 or 9 o'clock or 9:50. I might start doing just a bit of footage. I might start showing you how these people operate. It's mind control. The cars popping up at certain, that's mind control. And we're going to prove that through the scriptures, and we're going to prove it physically as well. And it says, we're still on Psalm 64 and 5. They say, who shall see them? So remember, this is done by certain companies and certain people in power. Basically, this is a game to them, right? They search out iniquities. So when it says they search out iniquities, how are they able to do that? Through these particular algorithms and DNA. Your DNA has a lot to do with this as well. What they call it, RH blood type and all that, negative blood type. And also what you call neural monitoring. So this is the whole world is being studied. One big experiment. Some more than others. The only difference between the brothers that are in the truth and the sisters, you're more aware and you're not subject to this manipulation as the other people. This is why you have people, you switch on your laptop or you do a particular movement and there be people around you knowing that you've done that particular movement. This is all through technology, but it's still spiritual. Do not be fooled, right? And it says, Baba Kusha, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. So it says it. The inward thought of it and the heart is deep. So when you have what you call psychologists, these psychologists work with the psychiatry sector. The psychiatry sector deals with the hospital sector. That's why you have your hospitals that will be in on your gang stalking, right? I've seen it. And your ambulances and so forth. Okay. Because this is technology and they're all merged in. So it says they accomplish a diligent search. This is where you get what you call the neural monitoring devices, right? And that's an intrusion of your privacy and of the law. Because if you were going to experiment on anyone, you would need to tell them first and you would need to pay them for that experimentation. Facts. So when you see a lot of nurses, you may have a lot of nurses walking past you and ambulances. And not just any ambulance, you have them high level ambulance vans, right? They're all merged in. So this is money. And I always tell you, this is human trafficking to a certain extent as well. Okay? So this is where you see a lot of nurses. And these nurses will always look African. Right? They always look African. Why do they always have to be African? Right? And sometimes you will see the UPS trucks, Amazon trucks. And why do they always have to be African? Lately I've been seeing pure African workers. Why? Because you may have a lot of trafficking going. Listen, you got to be aware. A lot of them are going to do videos on this as well with the footage and all that, all these stuff. So this is because of algorithms. Algorithms are being done. Right? People that are being sent your way, that's mind control. Yeah, it's demonic, but technology these days, yeah, it's demonic if it's not used for the right purposes, right? And it's Friday today, and they spent a whole week again trying to bring me down, but guess what? Through Yahweh Shai, we're victorious. Mm-hmm. And it says they search both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. So they have the means of tech for intrusion, and they also have this fire brigade. I just found out about this. The reason why they use the fire brigade, because the fire brigade, they have this technology. You know, when they're looking for people inside the building, they've been given this technology where they can use it. So I believe they're using REM, not just them, and other people as well. And they can basically use your appliances, your refrigerator, Because yesterday when I was laying down, hold on just a minute. Van just parks up. Let me catch this. Yeah, they just got the van that parked up as well. Let me see if I can catch it. You see? Yeah, baby. You see that there? Let's pan the camera. Oh, Armina. The company Armina. Okay. Contractors. Ooh. You got that, right? Yeah. Got that. You see the timing? They've been here for about, I don't know, probably a week. And I didn't video yesterday. They had someone that fixed my fence yesterday. Contractors. And they were talking shit and all that. So you just remember, this is intrusion of privacy as well. So remember, they're using construction workers, they're using all types of people, right? This is it's still spiritual, but they got demons upon them. Some of these people know, a lot of them do know that they're being used, but they give themselves. Remember, they've sold out to the system. This is the mark of the beast. We're gonna go to it. So we're gonna go to Revelation 13 and 16. Right? Taking man for fool. Right? Yeah, you got these construction workers as well, Baba Kashar. Some of these companies that are utilized as well. So let's go to Revelation 13. Also, this Revelation 13, and we're going to jump straight to 4. And they worship the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. So that's it. Who do you think they're worshipping? Who do you think they're worshipping? The dragon, which gave power unto the beast. They worship the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? Right? So the beast is the system, and who is able to make war with him? So these people, they're scared. They don't want to make war. That's why these people say, good luck. Good luck. You don't need luck when you got Yahweh Shai backing you. What are you talking about good luck? These are people that have no faith about good luck. When Yahweh Shai is on your side, you don't need that. David versus Goliath. Right? Goliath, right? Bigger opponent. Fed. This man was fed from his youth. But King David, he was still trained in battle, in war. And it says, and they worship the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast, and who is able to make war with him? Right? Because this is a big system. Remember, they have, in terms of physical, we know the beast, Satan, the serpent, he's using, remember I told you about the utilities, right? Your TV. Yesterday, early morning, like this morning, should I say, the TV, they were basically using dirty electricity. So they also use your TV. They can also use that, your appliances, your wires, to use dirty electricity. I think they were using a microwave audited this morning as well, and they were also using your refrigerator. Yes, I know it sounds far-fetched. Refrigerator, and they will make the noise that do 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 do. That's how you know it's contractors as well involved and so forth, because they can do wirings and so forth like that. So it seems that Satan, he has a lot in the physical, but it doesn't matter because the Yahweh Shai, the Heavenly Father, controls all things, including him. He can't do nothing unless he's given permission to do it. That's why we have to fear Yahweh Shai at all times. I'm telling you, it's done by algorithms, timing. Yeah, demonic, but the only way you can get that much people to move in such a manner, all the same direction, is only through technology. That's the only way you can do that. Now, can demons do that? Yeah, demons can do that. And it is being done by demons and higher spiritual forces. Ephesians 6 and, 12? That's why it says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against what? Principalities. These principalities do control technology as well. Let's quickly go to Ephesians. Quickly. Have you ever heard of the term Morgellon? Type in the term Morgellon, because some of the stuff you need to look up yourself. Morgellon. This Morgellon, tech it was known as Nazi type of technology. Remember, the Nazis were doing experiments on people, right? Post-World War, I don't want to say post-World War, World War era. They were doing experiments on people. So the Morgellon technology, that's what's being used. Some woman, Thank you, sister. She's told me to put a certain thing on my eye, because also when you're looking at TV or your phone, sometimes your eye will start burning. This is Morgillian tech, metal, piece of metal. I forgot what they call it. Graphite. Graphite. These are thin pieces of metal that get into your skin. And when it gets into your skin, it acts as an antenna. Are you listening? Right? It acts as an antenna. So these are metals. And with this metal, right, that's why you may be in the woods or wherever, you have planes that go right over you and they spray chemtrails directly over your head, which shows you they are monitoring you, right? Like the enemy, what do you call it? Enemy of, what's it? Enemy of the state? These pieces of metals act as an antenna. So this is how they're able to track and trace if you have metal within your system. That's why you have the detox as well. Detoxing is very heavy. Detoxing metals, eat vegetables, fruit, get them metals at your system, because this is how they're able to hit you with these frequencies via metal, right? This is heavy stuff, but it's all scriptural, but we don't want to give any power to these devils, because that's what they are, devils. Scrupulous devils, man. So let's go to Ephesians quickly. Ephesians 2:2. Wherein in time past you walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince and power of the air. Went into the scripture a lot of the time, prince and power of the air, which we know who that is. Don't want to mention his name because we don't want to give him any power. And it says power of the air, so the airwaves. They're using airwaves, they're using radio waves, they're using frequencies to control the minds of the people via your gang stalking, your vehicles, all of that stuff, your trains, because you get trains that try to synchronize past you as well. All of that, your people, everything that's being done through frequencies. If you're using frequencies, right, that can also be done to control the minds of the people and make them think they're doing something normal when they're not doing it. Synchronization. This is why when you go into a store, people out of nowhere, they're coming to that store. That's being done. Now, I don't know if you may have a secret device in your body. You don't know. You may need to get an x-ray to find out. Because they have technology where they can shoot some particular, I forgot what it is, metal or radiation into your skin. So this is very real stuff. You're dealing with the beast. You're coming up against the beast right now. It's done by an algorithm. When you get back home, how do these people know you're back home? It's done by an algorithm. Phones, right? Control centers that will look at the cameras, right? That's how it's being done. Okay, that's how it's being done. And it says, according to the prince of power of the air, the spirit, it says this is a spirit. So it is spiritual. The prince and power of the air, the lower atmosphere. So people, they're being mind controlled. Demons are jumping in and out of people. And this spirit, if it's an animal, it's known as the octopus. The octopus represents, it's a symbol of mind control. It's tentacles everywhere, right? Tentacles everywhere. That's a symbol of mind control, the octopus, right? So it says the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience. This is a spirit in the air through frequencies that is controlling the minds of the weak and those that are not prayed up. This is children of disobedience. So you have a lot of children of disobedience that are being controlled by what? Frequencies, whether you want to call it EMF, right? Whatever you want to call it, ELF, EMF, whatever, radio frequencies. This is how they're being controlled. So when they see something on the media, they believe it and they go with it because they're none the wise, right? This is real stuff. And I want to let you know the latest that's going on with me as well. I want to let you know the latest. They got this this witch living right next door to me, this witch, right? And this witch, basically, this is some cowards, right? Some family. They sent her whoever she's to them, daughter, and so forth, to try and get next to me to do some spell work to try and control me. And this thing, she's got a python snake spirit on her, basically. So I'm putting you up on game what's happening right now, right? And another thing, let's go to Proverbs 4 as well. It's all done through technology. and spirits. Right? Keep sending this young slave girl my way. Right? What's she gonna do? She ain't gonna do nothing. Baba Kusha, Baba Kusha. Listen, I bind witchcraft in the spirit and power we have. So we bind it, man. We bind all witchcraft. You got some fucking cowards out there. They watch you, like I told you, monitoring spirits, and they operate from behind closed doors with the demonic ass children of disobedience. And they send their loved ones from Africa or wherever to try and monitor you and try and control you with witchcraft. That stuff ain't working, man. John 8:32, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. To hell with your witchcraft, man. Right? Trying to do some death spells, man. Wouldn't be surprised if these were some church members, but I'm just putting you up on game. Right? Putting you up on game, bro. Right? Sometimes she comes in at about 12:40 a.m. in the morning. Try to do some spell words. Sometimes she comes in, I don't know. If I'm indoors, she'll come in. If I'm not indoors, she won't really be there. That's why, brothers, you got to separate yourselves. Get out there, teach the word, and, be profitable. This is all out war right now. Let's go to Proverbs 4. And another thing, yesterday why is it, what's something about the mornings, bro? Morning time. Why? Because the veil is it's more thin during the morning. Mornings, more witchcraft. A lot of people die during the hours of 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock. So these people, they're fucking wicked. All right? The veil is thinner during the morning. A lot of demonic activity happens in the morning. They call it the witching hour. So another thing, I clocked last night. What are you doing at 1 o'clock in the morning? What are you doing in Listen, maybe when you were younger, you went to the club, you hanged out, you done late nighters. If you're a grown man, what are you doing coming back indoors, sneaking indoors, 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning? You're not working. I know you're not working. So if you're doing that, you must be up to some mischief. Because again, I caught that again yesterday morning. You got people that want to sneak themselves around you. All right? Let me tell you, it's technology, bro. It's technology. All right? People are under mind control, but they got wicked spirits upon them, conniving, mischievous spirits upon them. All right? Conniving. Okay, trying to get close to you. Let's go to Proverbs 4. I'll tell you what it is. This is Proverbs 4 and 14. Enter not into the path of the wicked and go not in the way of evil men. You're evil. At 1 o'clock in the morning, what could you be doing productive? No shops are open, except from the petrol station and maybe a few other shops, yeah. But mostly, what are you doing at that time of night? Going jogging? Fucking demonic fuck. Bear with me. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away, for they sleep not. Let me tell you something as well. A lot of these people are having sleepless nights, except they have done mischief. Right? A lot of these people are having sleepless nights, for they sleep not, except they have done mischief. They can't get no sleep. Having them restless nights, unless they do some evil to someone. That's the only time they get a little bit of sleep. Them spirits are active, brothers. We have to be in prayer, fasting, prayer, supplication. They sleep not, except they have done mischief. So these people, they can't sleep. They're tormented. That's why sometimes late at night, you can even hear some of these people talking to themselves, man. Talking to themselves, trying to talk to you. And it's like, this is a fucking madman. This person needs to be put, he shouldn't even be out on the street. You lock this person up, chuck away the keys. I know that sounds a bit merciless. You people are mad, insane. Right? There it is. I slept like a baby last night. And yeah, they tried to sleep deprive me a little bit, but that didn't really work. A little bit of tossing and turning. This is intrusion. This is being done through technology. Right? Right now, while I'm doing this lesson, they can hear, neighbors can hear. I believe the community can hear what I'm saying right now at this moment in time. They have a lot of these places bugged as well. It's like Neo in the Matrix. And the rest of the people, they're just agents. And it's for they sleep not, so you can't get to sleep. Yeah, I heard it last night. I heard the guy making pure noise, talking shit. Except they have done mischief and their sleep is taken away. So it says, except they have done mischief. What's mischief? Naughtiness. So the demons are not letting them sleep. They're tormented. And a lot of tormented people, what did they try to do? Torment others. But us, we're going to stay in the scriptures. Okay? They try to send them spirits to other people. And their sleep is taken away. Oh, that's why you can't rest. Unless they have caused some to fall. Oh, so they're looking for those that are at peace. So that's their assignment. This is where you get the assignments. They're demonically possessed. Yeah, via technology as well. Under MK Ultra. Mind control. Remote control. Monitoring. For they eat the bread of wickedness. Yeah, they get paid, but they don't get paid much. They get paid just enough so they keep coming back like a rat. Right? It's not, but they don't get paid much. And the money's depending on how far they're willing to go. And they drink the wine of violence. But the path of the just is a shining light that shineth more and more to the perfect day. So our light is supposed to be shining more and more and more. And stop dimming it. Dimming your light for demons because they feel uncomfortable. Yet they're doing all this wickedness. Stop dimming your light because people feel uncomfortable. Right? And just know it's technology that's operating. I'm going to have to shut up because my data is getting full up right now. So we're going to have to shut off soon. I really wanted to go longer as well. But the Lord's got us. Yahweh has got us, Baba Kishah. Right? Colossians, he made a show of principalities, putting them to an open shame show. Right? And so forth. He reigned over them. Ain't got nothing to worry about. A lot of this is being done by tech. I'm just letting you know. So don't be surprised. Right? You are what you call like an anomaly. They call it a system failure. You're the problem. You're the glitch within the matrix. You're what you call the issue, because you're not doing things like they are. They're remotely controlled. I've told you about this technology. I've told you about this type of stuff. This is how it's being done. This is how you're being watched. Okay. Is there anything else? Is there anything? I know there was something else. I forgot what it was now. This is how it's being done. That's why you have to renew your minds. That's why you have to be thinking. The scriptures always have to be on your mind. And are they doing certain things to control your mind? Yeah, they're trying to. But therefore, you have to stay in the scriptures. We have the advantage. Let's go to Corinthians. I think we shut off on this. Right? That's why you can't trust too much people right now. They're bloody cyborgs. Let's go to 2 Corinthians 11. This is why when you come in, check it, bro. We're going to start getting footage of this. Check it when you come in a certain time. You're always going to have a car that pulls up that same exact time. That same exact time. That's an algorithm. Nothing else can do that. All right? Nothing else can do that. And it is a form of trafficking. It can be used for that. Right? Let's go to, hold on just a minute. Let's go to 2 Corinthians 10 and 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. So let's pull down these strongholds, these fabrications, these lies. And you're not mad. You're just aware. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of God. Let's cast down these imaginations. Right? Bring it to captivity every thought to the obedience of Mashiach. So that's what we're doing. Right? That's what we're doing. Casting it down. Okay? Cast down these imaginations. Right? Your demonic imaginations. Look up the word zombie. Let's go to Isaiah 60. When you look up that word zombie, what does it say? Someone, hold on just a minute. Did that? Oh, shit. Hold on. Let me see if I can quickly get this. Baba Kishore, hold on. Hey, Salakia. We're going to quickly get into this definition. Before we get into this, go to Isaiah 60. It says, arise and shine, for the light is come, and the glory of the Lord, Jehovah Shai, is risen upon thee. So we have the light, the glory, the excellences of Yahweh Shai upon us. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and it has covered the earth. That's why people are becoming more dark and, demonic, and throws darkness to people. So it talks about a darkness covering the people as well and their minds. But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. So we have this light and his glory is being seen upon us, so we have to walk in it. But it also talks about the darkness has covered the people. A zombie, hold on just a minute. A zombie, key thing, a zombie is a spiritually dead person. You understand? I want to say that again. A zombie is a spiritually dead person, right? A zombie is a mythological, it's not mythological, undead creature, typically depicted as a reanimated corpse. This is a reanimated corpse. How was it reanimated? By witchcraft. I keep telling you, a lot of these people, they're initiated. That feeds on the flesh of the living. Who would the living be? The living would be the elect, right? Well, alive through Yahushua, John 6:63. It's the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. So this spirit, it quickens us, makes us living, makes us animated. And it says, depicted as a reanimated corpse that feeds on the flesh of the living. So they're trying to feed on your flesh. Gang stalkers, whatever you want to call them, they're there to feed upon you. You know? Feed upon you. They're parasites. That's what I always say. Separation, prayer, rebuking, right? So they want to live off you. They want to feed on you till you have nothing left, like a narcissist. Popularizing films and media often involves themes of a zombie apocalypse, which we're coming to that time right now. Because if you're not in the words, if you're not in Yahweh Shai, you are a zombie. You're a walking dead individual, right? And I want to look for another definition, Abakashah. Hold in just a minute. Hold in just a minute. Zombie meaning. So, zombie, in voodoo belief and popular folklore, a corpse that has been reanimated. So people that do voodoo, these people are highly under what you call MK Ultra. Yeah, your voodoo practitioners are under what you call hypnotism or hypnotherapy. All right? Especially by means of a supernatural power or spell. Right? One who looks or behaves like an automaton. So we talked about the technology, yeah. Technology. Remember, remote neural monitoring. That's to control your, basically your nervous system. All right. One who looks or behaves like an automaton. So you're dealing with bots out here. NPCs. A computer connected to the internet. I'm on the internet right now. Right? So they can hack through this. You got hackers as well. 5G hackers. Right? And it says a computer connected to the internet and controlled by a remote. Oh. So who's controlling that remote? Contractors. Controlled by a remote unauthorized user to perform malicious tasks. Oh my gosh. I've brought this out before. Controlled by remote. So people around you, you may be thinking, why are they coming in at this time? Why are they doing this? Because they're controlled. They're controlled. Right? Use it to perform malicious, check this out, malicious tasks. That's malicious. You know what a malicious means? Harmful tasks. This is why you can't have these people around you. Read Luke 10 or Luke 11. Right? I've given you power to tread upon serpents and scorpions. I told you, a serpent, a scorpion, if they have the means, they will try to harm you. Malicious. You can't trust them. If a witch is sent your way to try to come to you and be sneaky and conniving, and you got these warlocks, right? And they tried to infiltrate my family as well, my mother. I told you about that. Did I tell you about that? About a couple years ago now. I think this was before Christmas. I think it was just before Christmas. And my mother got me a jacket, right? Some army jacket. My mother got me an army jacket, and I stepped out the door, and this African, she had some African neighbors upstairs, and some man came downstairs and said, "Happy Christmas," but he was being facetious when he said that. So he came out exact time I came out, and that's how I clocked. Yeah, this guy was a warlock. So this African couple that were living on top of my mother's yard, who knows what they were doing? So brothers, you got to be circumspect, because there's a lot of warlocks that also work with this technology, and they try to hypnotize people with their hoodoo voodoo. So also pray over your family as well, because you never know, these people, they try to access, they might drive to your family members and try to fucking whoop their heads as well. And I know about this technology because when I go to my mother's yard, it's the same type of technology, what they call voice to skull. So don't be angry when your family members may be acting a certain way. And there'd be certain times where your family, you would get a phone call and you're like, nah, that phone call was just out of the ordinary. And you know who it is. You know who's doing it. You know who's doing it. And it says to perform malicious tasks without the owner being aware. So all these people, they're not aware of what they're actually doing. Some of these people, they're not aware. It says it. So they can, someone with a remote can control people behind closed doors without them, and make them perform malicious tasks without them being aware. That sounds like MK Ultra. That sounds like MK Ultra. And it says, Baba Kishar, and it says a bank or business that cannot meet its financial obligation or make loans but has been allowed to continue operating by the government. So a lot of this is, listen, a lot of people are involved. I phoned up my bank, and the bank will, play games as well. You speak to them and they already know who it is when you ring. Like, bro, we're not stupid, bro. We are awakened now. You're going to have to do better than that. Right? A snake god of voodoo cults in West Africa, Haiti, South United States. A tall mixed drink made of various rums, liquor, and fruit juice. A snake god or fetish in religions of West Africa or elsewhere. Watch out for that python spirit. A person usually undead, animated by unnatural forces, which is witchcraft, such as magic, with no soul or will of his own. They have no soul. They have no real thinking process. So brothers, use this to your advantage. It's an algorithm. The algorithm, it already knows the places where you like to go to. It knows certain roads you like to take. So you're going to step outside, you might be riding, you might be driving. You're going to see people walking on every single road. Sometimes, some days it'll be completely silent because they want you to think it's stopped. You're going to go out onto the road. You're always going to have people. Some people will watch you. Some people will look side at you. Some people won't because they don't want you to notice them. But you're aware of these particular things. Every road, there's going to be someone there situated. There's going to be people in cars waiting for you to ride or walk past. Then they're going to get on their phone. They're going to message someone else. Yeah, he's moving there. This is a new world order. The new world order is already here. This is being done by tech. These people, they're with it. So these people ain't got no integrity. They're going to get burnt up. Revelations 14 and 9. Let's go to this, Baba Kishar. Woo! Come on, I'm feeling. Come on, brothers. Come on. Let's tap into the spirit of Yahweh Shai. We can, well, listen, we got the victory. Come on. And let them talk shit as well, because on the algorithms, yeah, say if you went around in a circle or you done a U-turn, and they're not really saying it anymore, are they? He's done a U-turn. He just went in a circle. So flipping what? And so what? So what? A lot of these roads, I've told you already, some of these roads, there's only one way in, one way out. What are you talking about? But they're nitpicking now. They're getting desperate. It's about the truth. At the end of the day, it's about the truth. All right? Are you with Yahweh Shai? Are you not? Let's go to Revelations. Revelations 14. I'm going to go to verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. So this is talking about the beast, the system. It's talking about his image. The image is his likeness. So they're forming an image according to the beast. Guess what the image is? It's technology. You go into a store now. I want to let you know, every store you go into, just know it does have sensors in there. Sensors, certain camera devices. I don't know if it has facial recognition. I do believe in Kraden they put up some facial recognition now. Right? That's a part of the image of the beast. And some of these places that you walk past, you ride past, some of them it will make a zit 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 zit, zit noise. So I don't know where that's coming from. I think it's coming from something, but a wire or something. So remember, a lot of things are being monitored now. All right. And receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. That mark is karagma, incision. So that's the main goal, to have everybody branded. Right, and we're doing a pretty good job of it now. Right, they're doing a pretty good job of that. And this is, they ain't even put the syringe in your skin, and they're doing this through phones, wireless headsets, wireless white headsets, and what else? And also, I forgot the name now. Wireless headsets. And yeah, through that. Okay. And it says, and the third angel followed him, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast image or receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God. That punishment, don't take it, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. This is Revelations 13:14. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone. Yeah, the witch just left the building now. That's basically that noise that you just heard in the background. That was the witch that someone just tried to assign to me. Maybe she be back later. And the third angel followed him, saying with a loud voice, if any man does that, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. Don't take it. So this is the ultimate goal. They want you branded like some cattle, right? And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, presence of the Lamb, and the smoke of their torment shall ascend up forever and ever and have no rest, day nor night. You're going to be restless. Why? Because there's going to be somebody else on the other side of that device who worship the beast in his image, who received the mark of his name. This is the main agenda. This is the main agenda, right? So, brothers, you're gonna have to learn how to operate within this system, because you still need to operate. Yahushua said that in John, right? You're in the world, but I keep you from the evil. So you still have to make money, right? All this universal credit stuff and all that. Guess what? That's a credit-based system. You know that, right? A lot of people talk about universal credit, income, and this and what's the other thing? PPP. What's the other thing called? Your PIP, the PIP and all that. Oh, I need my PIP. That's a credit-based system. It's debt-based. You know once they crash that, listen, there's going to be a lot of rioting. Universal credit is a debt-based system. It's credit-based. Now, can it help you to a certain extent? Yeah, but until when they crush that, then what are you gonna do? It's debt based, debt, right? And just throwing this out there, just be mindful. This technology, you may need to give it a break. Try it. Do I need a TV? I don't really need a TV, but I watch it from time to time. You get rid of your TV if you need to. Get rid of your TV. Turn off your appliances. Your electrical appliances, because that's how they're trying to track you as well. And yeah, I'm just putting you up on game. Like, this is how it's being done. This is how it's being done. And they had some contractors, some builders that put up the fence yesterday. They were sent my way. You've got a lot of people that are sent. I don't know who sent them as well, but I'm not gonna say. So just remember, this is the Matrix. This is the Matrix. Pick a pill, Neo. You're living in a dream world, Neo. So I'm going to shut off here. And nothing's wrong with patterns. Nothing's wrong with that. Nothing's wrong with routine. Routine, that's nothing. a lot of people, especially people that have been in the military army, they live their life very regimented routine. Me, I have a very regimented routine life, but sometimes that can, with this program, that can work against you because our algorithm works by routine, right? Prediction, right? So you might just from time to time, if you're going to go to the same place, keep going to the same place, but then from time to time, switch it up, do something different, because that will throw off the algorithm. You see, it will mess up the algorithm. You see, that's how it's being done. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Hope this was edifying. Go shut off here, and until the next time, Shalom. Shalom.